Hello, and welcome to this lecture series using the Handbook of Social Media Marketing, the 5 principles of online and social network interactivity. What we'll be going through in these 10 chapters is a description and a discussion about the new era, the era where we have social networking, using social media, and the changes that will happen and are happening to organizations. So if you will, this is an essay about what it takes to create and sell something remarkable. It's a plea for originality, for passion, guts, and daring. We have to focus in on and see how we can use these new channels and these new ways to communicate among and between people to see how we can help our organizations. So, to start with, what we'll be looking at is 3 particular elements. We'll be looking at the introduction, providing an example, and a description of the book. To begin with, sometimes you need to first know what to do so you can then discover how to do it. We're going to be working on and building and showing you what to do. Then, hopefully you can apply this to various situations in your organizations. So the purpose of this book is to help you build a framework to help you know what to do. So the book's going to focus on what is happening and what has changed in this interactive market space. It will describe how your organization can participate in this new phenomena. It'll provide you with insights that can help you and your organization understand how to communicate and to reach the new users, the online users. To begin with, the web is changing. The web is being rebuilt. The web's being rebuilt around people and their interactions. People provide information. People are providing information for and then acquiring information from each other. This information acquisition and providing is fundamentally shifting the web from what it was, which was an information access tool, to now a knowledge sharing tool. And that's a fundamental shift. Many people have been working and are being trained on how to access information and how to use the various technology tools to access information. But what here this book is arguing is that we're undergoing a fundamental change. This change is shifting the web to knowledge sharing. That is a different way to manage and a different way to understand and use the tools. Because of these fundamental changes, your organization must learn how to design social features into your organization's website. These various social features allow users to communicate and to share. They're required. You need them, whether you like it or not. If it's not there, your organization will become irrelevant. This new way of thinking is about how do you pursue relationships with and foster communities of consumers. That's 2 fundamental things to rethink. How do you develop personal relationships? How do you develop and create virtual communities? What are these online opinion leaders? What's the word of mouth? How do you build these relationships when you can't control the conversation? It requires a fundamental rethinking about how your organizations will develop plans and how you'll implement those plans when the customer is in the center and the customer now has total control. So what we're looking at, today's market space, today's digital market space is characterized as being extremely competitive. It's constantly evolving and shifting and changing and is very fast paced. The marketing strategy your organization puts in place to present your products, services, and to the online community must continue to evolve, and it must expand to focus on communication with these potential users and with these key influencers of virtual communities. We're going to argue through the book why that's important and how you do it. So your strategy, the organization's strategy, must be focused on this new, evolving, changing, dynamic, interactive internet channel. Let's take an example. Let's build a quick example so you can see it. Everyone's familiar with libraries. We've all gone to them. Think about it. Think about Library 1. Library 1 sits in the middle of your community. You walk around, you see it, or perhaps you don't. It blends right in. There's no advertising on the windows or doors. There's no program to get information out. The community doesn't know that it exists. It's assumed that it's there. It's assumed that it's an information access point. Take Library 2. Library 2 just opened up. It's at least an hour drive away. But it's different. It has an interactive website. It's open 24/7. There are many features and functions. The library has followers, and those followers get information. It has communities that it develops, monitors, and help. It's evolved with helping share information, and not just the access to it, but being the trusted source. So the librarians on a interactive site become, if you will, more than gatekeepers of knowledge, but facilitators to knowledge. So which library is going to be successful? The one that takes at least an hour to physically get to, but you can reach interactively 24/7? Or the one that is there and does no advertising? Hopefully what you'll see us argue on is these two different organizations, these two different philosophies, not only for libraries but for schools, not only for schools and libraries but for organizations, companies. There's two different ways to approach and to go after this channel, and we'll continue to differentiate and describe those two. Let's continue on. The journey to this social interactive marketing requires your organization to have a clear, well-articulated marketing strategy, and this strategy to communicate understands that the customer is in ultimate control. You don't get to push your message about your products, your services, your offerings, but rather the customer controls the conversation. Since the internet provides a 24/7 market presence, it also demands a 24/7 support and attention. It involves active conversations. It involves having online users who are influenced by the recommendations of others. So you have to be there and you have to participate in these conversations. So, if you will, the book has three key parts. The first part is the concept of social interactive marketing relevance. It looks at exploring new marketing perspectives. It talks about drivers and inhibitors to this. And it talks about developing an implementation model that your organization can adopt to become relevant and maintain your relevance in this new era. The second part involves 5 action-oriented principles. These principles cover making your search marketing relevant via realistic and meaningful online and social media goals. They involve influencing and mobilizing social media selectively for the right customer. They involve promoting and engaging with a relevant strategy for these goals. It involves effectively implementing and then adopting the best approaches for getting the results set by your goals. Then it involves monitoring the right metrics. So you have to determine what are the right metrics and then monitor the right metrics so that you can improve based on the metrics that your goals are trying to help you meet. 3 parts to the book. So if you will, the world is changing. It's changing rapidly. It's shifting from an information access internet to a knowledge sharing. The control has shifted. No longer can the organization say something, but rather the consumer, the customer, has the opportunity to counter that, to agree with that, to support it. What we've presented and what we will go through is 5 principles that you can use and follow to become successful in this new, evolving, social, interactive space. Thank you for listening.